Okay, we're going to try something a little challenging today. We're going to try Molly and Jetway. This is going to be interesting. This could take a while. So I definitely it's probably going to be more than one video. Um, Try to keep things moving. My plan is to remodel the Jetway that I already have, which is right over. Where to go? I don't zoom the way out here. There it is. Remodel this Jetway and hopefully maybe come out with a better rendition of it. And so I plan to do all the texture work and just the modeling, all that. And yeah, hopefully give you guys some tips on the way. So let's start out by looking at some reference photos. Actually, this is basically what I had to do because I'm modeling for Spokane. Let's find as many reference photos as I could. I have a bunch of other random photos in here too. Looking for Jetway pictures. This isn't a bad picture, except we got things in the way. Let's see, where was that one? And also, it helps to look at other scenery developers' scenery. Obviously, you don't want to quote copy theirs, but just get an idea of how they model it and the techniques they used. It's a pretty good picture. This is basically the same type of Jetway that's at Spokane. Let's see what do we got here. Bunch of. See, it looks like kind of a steps thing. Yeah, it's kind of a picture. Of course, you have to ignore this person over here, but this is at Spokane. All right, so you find yourself some reference photos, and shoot, I wonder, Sketchup does this to me. I can't figure out how to stop it. And then you want to. Usually I just go to an aerial view of the airport and start getting some measurements of the Jetway. And at the moment, this thing is moving. I can't figure out how to stop it from moving. Let's see. Is there a way? Keyboard shortcut, maybe. One of you guys knows how to fix this, let me know, because it really annoys me. I'm going to stop the video real quick so I can fix this. Okay, well, we kind of got sort of got that fixed. Still got these stupid arrows on the side here, but man, I don't know why it does that. Aside from restarting my computer, I can't really fix it. Oh, this will work though. All right. And I wish I could get off full screen now. How did I do that? Oh shoot. Let's see. View. Let's try this. Ah, there we go. I X these off as just troubleshooting. Alright, there we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and take some measurements here. Not a whole lot to do. Just add ruler. Here we go. Let's just kind of take a rough measurement of the width. You can usually round to a good. So it looks like it's on the widest one here. It's 2 meters. Okay. And let's clear that. I'm just gonna write these down. Next one looks like it's about 1.9, I'm guessing. Okay. This one looks to be about. Well, I'll assume it's the same ratio as the last one, so it has to be 1.8. I can go with that. Just say 1.8. And let's see. Though we'll just go with that for now. Head back into SketchUp here and just get those. lined out. Now we gotta zoom out again. Here we go. Ah. Alright. Geez, I keep getting... Sometimes you don't have any geometry to click on when you rotate it. It jumps around. We'll try and get some geometry in here real quick. So, alright, so let's make the first one here. 1.8. I'm actually in feet right now. I think I want to change the units to meters. Let's see here. Units, here we go. Let's change it to decimal. Decimal millimeters, probably centimeters. Decimal meters. That'll probably work. Angle edge snapping, let's set it to 10 while we're here. Alright, see how that works for us. Alright, so let's do this to 1.8. And let's go ahead and take the lengths of these real quick. Probably take the length of 1. Assume they're all about the same. This one's about 11. Alright, so we'll just make this one 10 meters. It's probably going to be a little shorter. Or heck, why not just make it 11? Let's just go for it here. Alright. Yeah, I'm just using the pencil, but make sure when you're using this tool that you draw on the axis, or else you're not going to have square geometry. And I run into that problem once in a while. Alright, let's go ahead and enlarge this. We know it has to be at least 2 meters high to accommodate your head. Let's see. Let's make it... Let's just try 2.1. Doesn't look too bad. Alright. Let's make the next one here. I'm going to take the offset tool. I'm going to click on this face. I'm just going to click, drag, and let's see, make an edge of 0.1 meters here. Alright, perfect. That works well. We'll just drag this one now, take the push-pull tool, and make this one, we'll go ahead and make it 11 meters as well. And alright, and we'll just go ahead and... You know what we should have done? We should have just deleted these. Or wait, we can't do that. Let's pull this out just 1 meter real quick. And what else this? We can just match it to that one. And then go ahead and delete these lines. Alright, that'll help us. Alright, so let's go the rest of the way now. 10 meters. Alright. Okay, one more time here. Make it, whoops. Extrude 0.1 meters here. Bring it out 1 meter. And then delete these. Alright. How are we doing on time here? Alright, so I need to usually have my little thing up here. I can't see it. There it is. Alright. Oh shoot, I just messed up my tool. See, this one thing I don't like about SketchUp is that once you when you Windows SketchUp, your tools get all messed up here. Time limit finished. Let me stop this so I can fix this again. Alright, there we go. Yeah, it's my opinion that you want to just never shrink SketchUp, else your tools will get messed up here. Unless I don't know there's any fix to that. So unless one of you guys know about something, I'd be thrilled if you guys let me know about that. But I don't think there's any quick way of fixing that. All right, so we have our 3 blocks here. Okay, let's go ahead and make these all components of each other. So we're going to go select this one. You can say make component. We'll call this, let's call it box 1. Make sure to replace the selection with component and say create. We'll do the same thing for the rest of these. Alright, let's see. Select all of them here and then unselect this. Holding down the shift key here. Alright, there we go. Make component. Alright, name this box 2. Place selection with component, say create. Whoops, we forgot to unselect something. Oh, that's okay, we'll fix that here. Delete that. Alright. One more. And we should probably copy this because we lost it on our other box here. Copy that, then edit this, delete that, and then say Control V, or undo that. Let's say edit, paste in place. There we go. And let's just make this a component. Alright. Call this box 3. And then we can, the way this works now, with each component we can just select them, or each one. Don't know why this one still moves with it, but let's see. Let's delete these lines. In fact, let's undo that real quick. Figure out why. It's a component. Guys, we should be able to just move this. Weird. Here's one thing we can do right now, though, is delete these stray lines. That's really important to do that and keep your model clean. And let's make sure we grab these. And let's see if we can't fix this. Tell you what we'll do. We'll just go to Window, Components, go to the Home, find box 2. Alright, this is gonna work. We'll just do this. Try and get it so it aligns. There we go. Schedule can be frustrating sometimes. And hopefully this is going to work now. And maybe we can just move this one now. We'll move it to the corner, then move it over. The green axis 0.1 meters. So we'll just move it over, say 0.1, enter. Get on the blue axis, say 0.1, enter. Alright. Now let's see if this is going to work or not. Alright, there we go. Okay. And we'll move this one so it overlaps with that one about 4 meters. Just a random number, doesn't really matter. Just kind of compress this a little bit. And we'll move this one back, say 6 meters. Why not? Okay. So we have that taken care of. Let's make the rotating part right here. Way we'll do that, we'll just go back into Google Earth. Hopefully it's staying still. Yeah, it is. Okay. We'll move this, we'll measure. If we can get our ruler to work here. We'll measure this approximately. Looks to be, surprisingly, it's fairly large diameter. It's 3.3 meters. Okay, so let's go ahead and put us a cylinder in here. We'll make the diameter what would that be? 1.75? No, 1.65 meters. Alright, perfect. And we'll just break them down like that. And I'm going to go ahead and unsmooth this. There might be too many faces, depending on how optimized we want our model to be. Let's make a group real quick and then unsmooth. Whoops. Didn't do that right. What the heck, we'll just make a component right now. We'll call this rotate. Since there'll be 2 of these on either end, we'll call this rotate 1. Alright, now let's say smooth soften edges. Alright, let's just set to 0. Let's see what we're dealing with here. So I think Google automatically sets it to 24 sides. That may not be too bad. Might go with a few less. Not sure. Let's just move this one out of the way and try another one with a few less sides. Maybe 18 or something. Alright. We'll make the radius. Wait, first of all, we want to set the sides, so we'll say 18. Let me see if I remember how to do this. 18 S and say enter. There we go. Then we'll set the radius 1.65. Enter. Let's go ahead and flip that face so it's reversed. It's the reverse face. And we'll move it down. Let me move this a little bit better. There we go. Move this down. Alright, I think that's a little better. We'll go ahead and delete this component. We'll make this our new component. Let's replace it with the other one. We'll call this rotate 1. See if we can replace it here. Alright, good. So we've got somewhere So let's see. Next step. Let me take a look at this one. See if we can decide what we're going to do next. We'll go ahead and start modeling this this piece right here. Kind of what connects to the airplane. I don't know what you're going to call it. Yeah. Alright, so let's go back into Google Earth, and get a measurement on that. Let's see. Ruler. Shoot, wrong one. Ruler. There it is. I'm thinking it's going to be about 6 meters. 2 meters. Looks like it's actually about I want to say 2.5, but let's go ahead and shoot for about 2.5 and see how that looks. We're going to do this, let's see. How are we going to do this actually? Take it from that corner. That gives us 3. That might be about right. Let's try it from here to here, and then bring it out. How long was that? That was 2.8. Alright, so we're going to drag it across here, and be sure to make sure things are all aligned on the axis here. Axes, however you want to call it. We'll go ahead and move this. Let's see, how far? We won't worry about that at the moment. We'll just go instead move it 1.5 if we can. We can type it in here. It's not type it in for us. What the hell, we'll just do it like this. Right, drag this down. And let's go ahead and go back into Google Earth, which seems like I exited off. Open it up here. Or maybe I didn't. Let's see, there we go. Zoom in once again. Alright, I don't think this goes out very far. Maybe a meter at most. Alright, so let's just take our line tool here, draw this out a meter. Okay, so you can see there's a point there now. So when we use the push and pull tool, we'll click, drag, hit it right there. We have an extra line there, as you notice, so let's make sure we delete that. Or not, maybe it looks like it might have grabbed it. Let's make sure. Alright, good. Alright, so it looks like now there is an extra where the seal kind of comes out. There's a little extra thing going on there. Let's go ahead and measure that. 3.5. So far this is looking quite a bit different from the one I have already. So let's see here, this was, how far was that? That was about 2.8. We need to go out about about 3.3-ish. Alright. We'll go ahead and drag this out a little ways, maybe 0.5 meters. Well, we're getting somewhere with this. Let's see. Here's a little bit better view of Jetway, more like what we're working on here. So we're basically at the moment just kind of blocking in the general shape of things. We'll go ahead and model this real quick. Maybe you can hear the cat meowing there. Alright, let's see, ruler. It's about 2.7. Alright, so let's swing down to the other end here. Ah, this cat's bothering me. And we'll go ahead and draw this out. So first of all, we're just going to start out with a cylinder. And that should be set. Let's make sure it's set to 18 sides. Alright, so what we say the diameter was 2.8, so we're going to want that to be 1.4 on the radius. There you go. But we only want half of this circle. We only want this part, so we're going to... In fact, actually all we want is... we'll draw a line here. And we are going to delete this, leaving us with this. Let's go ahead and drag that down. If we can, let's try that again. There we go. And then we'll go back in here, take it kind of right where the curve ends. We're just looking for general measurements here. 1.3-ish meters. So we'll go ahead and put that in there. So we'll say 1.3. And that's all there is to that. I'm going to go ahead and make this a component. We'll name this rotate 2. Smooth. Soften edges. We'll make sure it's set to 0 so we can see the faces. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Don't want to block anything else in here. We might want to block this thing in real quick. Why not? Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go to our images here. Take a look. See what we can find. A good picture of one. Obviously can't put in all these details. So let's just put in the rectangles for now, or the, whatever you want to call them, beams, supports. Alright, let's take a note of about where those are located, a little bit from the rotating area here. Go back to our SketchUp. There we go. I want to make sure this is unsmoothed real quick too. That's better. I'm going to make this a component real quick, or pretty quick here too. Let's go ahead and draw a line from this intersection on the component to right about there. I was going to say, I'm going to call it 1.3 meters. We'll draw it down. Alright. And we'll draw it across. Let's take a look at this here. This image. It's not terribly wide. We'll call it 0.4 meters. Why not? You can always edit things later. Alright, now just make sure when you draw these extra lines that you delete them because you're drawing on the component here. So you see this line. We're not going to need that. That was just kind of a reference line. Alright. So just make sure you delete all those extra lines and keep your model as clean as possible. Alright, so let's make this a square. Bring it up a little bit. Not sure how far you want to do this. Let's see. Meter at most. And it's definitely a little large, I think. We'll go ahead and shrink this just a little bit. Let's go ahead and say 0.1 that way and 0.1 this way. And then we can go to the top here. There's a little plate that we can model here. It's probably about right, 0.05. And we'll raise this. You know, my Spokane terminal model, I modeled most of it in feet and inch units. But I'm starting to like this meter stuff because it's a lot easier to enter in with the keyboard. And so, I think I'll stick with meters from now on when I'm modeling, as far as my units go. Alright, so let's take another look. It just kind of pops through there. I don't know what to say. Alright, so then this comes through about 0.2. And it looks like there's a little cylinder poking up here. Let's go ahead and put that in and see. I'm hoping there's going to be a little more detail than my last Jetway. Make sure you really bring down the sides, maybe 5 sides. So 5S, say enter. Let's go for 6 sides. And let's make a radius of, round it to 0.1 here. You delete these extra lines once again. Make sure you delete all your reference lines here. And raise this up. Let's raise it up. How about 0.4? And we'll go ahead and select this. I'm going to make it a component. Let's call it support piece 1. Alright, that's kind of a large name, but alright, and let's just unsmooth it. Just like that, should be all ready to go. Yep. Okay. And again, we're making components out of all these parts here. I want to select the rest of this. Unselect that. Make sure we grab the bottom there. Shoot, let's try that. Okay, there we go. Make sure I unselect that component. Make this. And it looks like we have a little extra select here. Alright, now let's make this component. We'll call this support. Just thinking up names here. Support piece 2. Create that. And let's go back to reference image. Looks like it comes down a little ways. Alright, so we'll take the push and pull tool here. Edit our component and bring this down. 0.5. Let's see how that looks. Maybe a little bit further. Let's do another 0.1. Check our image. Looks pretty good. So she's shaping up. It's a pretty slow process, but getting there pretty quickly. So now we have to model the next part of the support. We gotta delete that extra line here. Always check for extra lines that you don't need and delete them. And we can also go in here and we'll notice maybe. Okay, so we want to just notice that there's these extra lines on top of this piece. You're looking good. Looks okay. Let's go ahead and hide this real quick. That's what we'll do. We'll hide this. Alright, I just want to make sure there's no extra stray lines from creating that little cylinder on top there, and there isn't. And we'll unhide now. Undo unhide, that works. Okay, so I think the easiest way to do this is just to take our offset tool, go inside our component, and set this to 0.03. See how that looks. Go back to reference image, take a look. It looks like it's going to be 2 meters-ish. We'll just kind of eyeball it here. All kind of depends. In fact, what we want to do, let's just copy that. Say Control-C, then delete it, and then say Edit, Paste in Place, and so it's outside of that component, because this is going to be a different component. So we'll take a push-pull tool now. We'll try 1.5. Okay, that looks pretty good. A little further. Let's go another 0.5. This cat's bothering me again. Okay. Let's see if I get this cat out of the way. Alright, so let's go ahead and make that a component. Select all of it, make component, call it support piece 2. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what we want to do next. I guess we need to make the thing that goes across here. So we'll do that. Take the square tool here, or the rectangle tool. Bring it across here. See if we can get to be square. It's not snapping into position like it should. It looks like the width is 0.24, so we can just go up 0.24 here. Across and down and back over. Alright, and we can just take this over to here. That'll get us started on that. A little more to it than that, but we'll just leave it at that for now. And we'll go ahead and Let's make all three of these components a component. So we'll call this support. Support beam. Something sort of logical. And then we'll just duplicate it. So we'll take the move tool, press Control, and there you go. Alright, we're getting pretty close here. I'm going to go ahead and throw some wheels in here real quick. Take a look at our image. Looks like just basically a cylinder, an axle. Nothing too complex there. So we'll find the center of this. We should call this a component. Make component. This is going to be support. Piece. Let's see how many pieces. This is going to be piece 4, is it? Oh well, let's make sure. I'm sure there isn't a 4, but I'm not sure if we made a 3 yet. Alright. Now we'll just find the component on this. Or I mean the the center of this component here, the midpoint. Make a cylinder. 6 sides should be fine. Of course, you might want to go a little bit more. Let's go ahead and make 8 sides. You can always come back and reduce things if you want to later. Delete that line and move this down some random distance, say 0.3, and we can go ahead and just duplicate this component. Let's go inside the component because we don't want to necessarily duplicate the component, we just want to duplicate the geometry here. Alright, so now we can say edit based in place, and then move this down point. Shoot, it's not working for us here. Let's undo that. Make this a component first, so we'll call this rotate. Since it rotates, we'll call it rotate 3. Great. And we'll go ahead and paste in place now, and then move this down 0.3 meters. Looks like we have to move it down even further than that. Might have to undo that. Make sure we get it exact here. Looks like it's going to be 0.2. Alright. Should have enough room to throw in our wheels here. Let's make this, name this, make this. Let's call it X. Let's keep it green here. Just call it support piece. 5. Alright, now we can create some wheels real quick. These are going to take up quite a few polygons, so we'll make sure we optimize them as best we can. So we want more edges than that because that doesn't look very good. Let's try 12 sides. That's probably about right. Okay. Let's set it to 0.3. Probably going to have to be larger than that. So let's try 0.35. Whoops, that didn't work out. Let's try it again. 0.35. And we'll drag them out to here. Make it easy on ourselves. Alright. Make sure there's any stray lines inside here. There is this one. Other than that, I think we're covered. Let's go ahead and make this. See if we can find it again. There we go. I'm just go ahead and hide this real quick. This axle. Make sure. Alright, just want to make sure it's clean. Make this, we'll call this support. I'm going to start everything with the name support, and then I'm going to call this wheel. Create. And we'll go ahead and duplicate this and move it over to the other side. Should take note of how far we're moving it here. Appears to be 2 point. Let's see, it's hard to get to the line here. Tell you what we'll do, we'll see if we can't select this, take the move tool, set it right there in that corner, and then move it over at least to that edge, and then move it over another. Whoops. And then move it over further. Usually find there's one way or another to do something and do with things in SketchUp. Alright. That looks pretty good. I think the wheels need to be a little fatter. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, add another point to them. That didn't work. 0.02. 0.03, why not? And that means that we'll have to move everything, make sure they're centered. We'll have to move them over this way. 0.015 meters. Alright, that just make sure it's centered. Whoops. And so that's most of our basic geometry. I'm not sure what to do with this yet, but so I think I'll just leave it at that for the time being and come back and continue work on this in another video.